Throughout almost the whole semester, I was recommending books to students who say they hate reading and try to avoid reading as much as possible. For most of them, the reason was that they found the books they had to read boring or they found it too challenging to read a whole book, so they thought that meant they hate reading. I wanted to show them that reading is not just reading books for school. They can read books that show their interests, such as dinosaurs and Fortnite. However, figuring out their interest involved a lot of observing behavior because, as I have learned throughout my internship, when you ask the student what their interests are point blank, they know something is up. To be able to observe the student's behavior, I had to form relationships with them so they show what they are interested in. But I have always struggled forming relationships with people, especially with children, because of my lack of social skills. I have always struggled with figuring out what to say as a child to make friends with my fellow peers. And while I did receive therapy to help with my social skills, by the time I was a teenager, I almost never fell out of my comfort zone to try to form meaningful relationships. When I signed up for CFSI, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to practice social skills, and I was right. I opened myself up to my mentor and my other coworkers, and by the time that I had the two of the students, I realized I could open up to them too and relate to them. When me and a few of the students started talking, we talked about things we had in common, such as TV shows we watch and how much we hate the MCAS. After a couple of sessions with each student, they started expressing what they wanted to read about, and when I found books about those subjects in the Boston Public Library, and when I showed them those books, they were so happy that they could finally read a book about Fortnite or basketball. When I started working from home, they were even happier that I was still recommending them books on the reading website Epic, and that we still saw each other during virtual tutoring. I also saw that on Epic that they are not only reading the books I recommend to them, but they are reading other books on the website as well, showing that their interest in reading has increased. Before I recommended books to any students, I had to know their interests and research appropriate books for them. Recommending books to them was out of my comfort zone, but with my research and discussions with students, I felt more confident to go out of my comfort zone. I hope that the next opportunity you have to go out of your comfort zone, you take it, but also do as much research as you can before you jump in so it feels less daunting to try new experiences.